planned a trip to Latin America's largest classic car show that took place in Brazil, April of 2020, some 2 weeks ago, in a place called Águas de Lindóia. A friend of mine, Ray Cohen, who lives in Toronto, decided to come along for the ride. I myself live in Miami, and I drive a 2018 Hellcat and have another Dodge Challenger 2020 50th anniversary Gold Rush white body shaker. That's actually the name. But I keep that car in my parents' garage in Toronto. We both decided to drive from Toronto to Miami and then take a flight to Sao Paulo for the car show. It took us nearly 2 days to get from Toronto to Miami with a sleepover in North Carolina. The next day, we took both cars to get coffee at Dunkin' Donuts, and then we took the boat out before our flight the next day. Now, during this trip, we spoke a lot about what I do, how I help other entrepreneurs launch their own cybersecurity company. I actually help them not just with finance, but provide technology and the human capital needed to run their operations. So Ray, my friend, being the curious George, was asking me a lot of questions about my product, my customers, the technology I use, so on and so forth. So while we were sitting at our gate, drinking our last drink before our flight, he asked me what it would take to launch his very own cybersecurity monitoring company. I replied saying, you need a name, for your company. Obviously, you need a lot more than that, but to keep things simple, you start with a name. Since we're not too creative, we decided to name it Cohen CyberX. His last name plus cyber and X for whatever. I quickly I went on GoDaddy, searched the domain name to make sure it's available. Sure behold, it was available. So right away, with a few clicks, I managed to register the domain name CohenCyberX.com with a little less than $10. Now, the next thing you need, obviously, is the logo. I just happened to be working with a logo designer for years. So I sent her the domain name and asked her to design the logo. It takes about a day or two. We flew to Brazil, rented a car, drove to a city near that where the car show takes place, a place called Serra Negra. It's about 30 minutes to Águas de Lindóia. Águas de Lindóia is like water of Lindóia. It's actually drinkable. So we had dinner. While we were having dinner, I got an email from my designer with 3 logo designs. So Ray had to choose one. Right away, without any hesitation, he chose one, and I immediately contacted my web developer and I asked him to put together a website. I have my own hosting company, of course. I'm partnering with a company called Liquid Web. You can host multiple domains. Okay, anyway, all I can say is that the logos are ready for CCX, and Raymond is going to tell you exactly what these CCX is. Ray, what is CCX? And what does it do?
Okay, Cohen CyberX Industries, we are, leading edge cybersecurity. We are forefront, preventing from intruders invading your backbones.
Love that. Backbones. And when he's not talking about bones, like chicken wings bones, where you toss the bones, and only you would know what I'm talking about. I asked him to put together the website, and then I contacted my content writer and I said, gather all the relevant information in preparation for the launch of this website. So we go on this car show, which took place, 3-4 days. Every day I'm going back and forth with the content writers and the website developer, working out the DNS issues, making sure the replications are taking place correctly. And I provide him with all the credentials he needs to be able to log in and make whatever changes. Okay, here we go. I'm standing here with Paolo. I love it. Look at that beard, it's so cool. As soon as we walked in, he hands us a beer that is, below zero.
I'm charging my phone finally.
Finally, yes.
I forgot to charge it.
He's so lucky to have a brother-in-law like me with technology that comes always prepared. And I'm so lucky to have him as a brother-in-law who hands me over a frozen beer. This is it. Perfect. It doesn't get any better than this. Here we are in Águas de Lindóia. Sun is shining hot. And all you need is a cold beer. And this is Paolo's tent. My God, friends from Brasilia. So we finally managed to get the website launched. Now the fun part is done. Now we have a company name, we have a logo, we have a website, we have content, we have products and services. Now we need to integrate the website to my backend SIM infrastructure. SIM is the security information and event management, and then our 24/7 security operations center, so we can start selling. Now, I think he needs to print business cards. I do have the marketing collateral to generate more leads. All of this took less than 7 days. Now, the next step is to do the integration and providing with some training, getting up and running, help him find leads, and help him sell. Let's see if he can succeed.